Hello. Oh, here we go. I don't think I've talked much today, which is rare for me. So, oh yeah, I do sound like Lou Rawls or Barry White a little bit. Ugh. Hey y'all. Okay, I'm slamming the doors. I don't know what's going on. All right, it's Sunday. Sunday fun day. That time again. One second. Hey, you're staying in here with me, baby. Sorry. You're on puppy restrictions. Hi. Yes, you are. Have a seat. All right, have to talk to the dog. Daddy's walking, so she's in here with me, so she doesn't start scratching. All right, yes, Janet, me too. I only stepped out for a second today, so yeah, it's pretty warm. All right, well, there's this one little guy hanging out here. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to Facebook Live Sunday. Yes, I was out last week. I was getting ready for some fun stuff. Lynn, yes, he's doing well. I think he's trying not to do too much, but he's trying to do things and feeling tired and all that fun stuff comes along with surgery. Ooh, you want to do more than you think you can do, right? But yeah, doing good. Yeah, so last Monday, I started my apprenticeship at the hospital, and it's for surgical tech. Can you stop that? All right. The dog has some skin issues right now, so we're okay. So you may hear me say stop that or sh she'll stop here in a second. Um uh so it was an exhausting week because we get up earlier than I have ever gotten up in my life. I say that, and I'm probably in school I did that, and I just don't remember getting up that early. And you go to, this apprenticeship, which is basically you're in class 4 days a week and you're in the OR one day a week. And so we are in class and early, we're in the OR early, and whew, I'm still getting used to the schedule. It's probably why my voice is just kind of like, ugh. Um, but it's really interesting and really fun. I mean, it's gonna be really cool. But yeah, so last Sunday I was a little like nervous and all that, and I didn't have anything planned because I think my nerves were so shot and all that. But we're back today, and let me get something prepared real quick. Second, let's go back here. Let's see, yes, right. Let's get that up. Okay. Okay. Um, I want to be able to see you guys, but also do what I want to do. Okay. Um, so this week, what we're going to talk about is quilt labels. A lot of you may not do quilts, but this is going to be a good education on using lettering. So if you're like, I don't want to make a quilt label, this is not for me, hang on because I'm going to show you how to use the lettering in your machines, the fonts, all that. Some of the frames in your machines. Those of you who have baby locks that don't have, or brother like machines that don't have the IQ designer. Those of you who have Palette 11. So it's going to be kind of intense in that aspect. And the reason why I'm doing that is because when I showed baby Thea's pictures, and let me pull that up real quick. Share. Oh, that wasn't the right thing. One second. I don't think it is. Where'd it go? What am I showing you guys? See, I can't even tell what I'm showing you. Is it this? Let me see here. I think I'm showing you my screen. Aha. Can y'all see the baby? Let me double check on my phone because I have my screen split up all kind of weird here. Can you see the baby? Let's look. Yes, you can see the baby. Okay. So, when I showed you guys, or I posted in the group, this is baby Thea. She's the newest queen bee of the group. She is my great niece. Yes, I have a great niece, and it freaks me out every second of the day that I'm old enough to have a great niece. But super cute. I made this quilt for her, and it came out so good. I love it. But I had posted about the quilt label, and on this page, on my regular page, and on Instagram, I got asked a lot of questions about this. How did I do this? How did I do this border? And so I just wanted to, go over how that was done. And, that one I did completely in palette, but we can do this type of stuff in our machine. Now, if we have IQ Designer or the Brother Like My Design Center, you can use different built well, there's some built-in kind of decorative stitches that you can use to do that kind of cute border. Now, if you have the Solaris Vision, you'll be able to use the Design Suites uh, decorative stitches. I'm saying them wrong, but it's just everything's not coming to my brain right now. Believe me, my brain is fried because medical is hard. But in palette 11, we can use a bunch of different decorative stitches. So I wanted to go over, basically three different things. And again, if you don't make quilt labels, don't let this lesson scare you, because it's also going to show you how to use the function of your fonts. How to, create like a little paragraph, how to use the different functions. Some of the baby locks only have frames, and I'm going to go over those too. So that's what we're doing today. If you have any questions as we go along, please let me know. If you're new to the group, I know for some reason, which was really exciting. I'm not saying this is bad. For some reason this week, I got a lot of new members to the group, and I want to say welcome. Hello, I'm Anna. I'm a national baby lock educator. Now I do teach on baby lock machines, but if you have a brother like machine, that goes along with this. If you have a different brand, it's okay. You're going to learn something. You are welcome here. But what we like to do in this group is I love to teach. I love for your feedback. I love for you to post what you make. And I love your opinions. And we love when you comment on other people's stuff. We love, positive criticism, positive, feedback. And we just love to share here. And this is a safe place to have a lot of fun. So welcome to the group, and I appreciate you being here. Okay, so what I want to start out with is palette. A lot of you have palette, some of you don't have palette, and it's okay, but this lesson's going to go pretty quick, so just hang on until we get to the machine. And a lot of people got palette when they bought their machines, right? Sometimes when you're at your dealer, they're like, I'll throw in palette 11 for it. And you're like, okay, cool, that's real cool. And you've never taken it out of the box. Well, palette is great for, doing, digitizing and all that. But do I use it for that? No. I like to use it mostly for building things. Yeah, Jackie, me too. I like it for building things. And what do I mean for that? I like building in the hoop projects. Jory Schneider, who you guys have to go check out Sewing Hoopla if you're not already on her group. She uses it a lot, and she is one of the masters of palette 11, and she builds all kind of in the hoop stuff, and she has figured out some of the coolest techniques I've ever seen. and I am not that good. So, but I like to figure out how to build in the hoop stuff, and I like to use it for lettering because there's so many different fonts in there, and you can use true type fonts. So that's what we're gonna start with. Ugh, let me get comfy here. And so here we go. Y'all ready? I'm in her group and taking her classes. Yeah, she has like I think Jackie's. Am I correct? There's like a monthly palette class you can take, and they're amazing. And if you don't know Jory, she's one of my favorite people. She is super smart. She's super sweet and just a wealth of knowledge. So, let me see here. Do I have it up? Yeah, okay. So here we go. I'm going to open up palette. And just like I said, if you're not, this isn't, you don't have palette, don't worry about it. Just follow along. We're going to get to the machines shortly, okay? All right. So let me get some stuff out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. See, they always have these little weird things. Can I move? Ooh, thank you. All right. I don't need down there. So perfect. Okay. So when you first open up palette, it does come up with like a little pop-up, but I've already gotten that out of the way. And I'm gonna kind of go with showing you how I made that um quilt label for Thea's quilt. And so it's triangular. And that was a question I got. How did you do that triangular? Super simple, super duper simple, especially in palette because you have a lot of shapes. You can do a lot of cool stuff with it. And so the first thing that I did when I came in is this is your field for basically designing. So look at this center area is your design field. But not only do I have a flatbed machine, I have a multi-needle. And I was doing some patches a while back. Well, not, I mean, very recently. And I had it set up, my palette 11 set up for my multi-needle. And so you can see that it's set up basically, side to side, or what is that called? Horizontally. I need the hoop area or I need this area to be set up like a flatbed, which your hoops are set up vertically. So what you want to do, and this is why I love this software because it's very user friendly, is you're going to go up to your little flower and you're going to come down to design property. No, design settings. Excuse me. I think I'm right. Yeah, design where there's an actual hoop. See, Anna needs pictures. So we're going to click on that. And this is where I'm going to tell it what hoop I'm using. And the reason why I like to do that is because I need to know, I want to know what area I'm working in, especially if I'm designing something. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to see machine type. And the first little machine here is a flatbed, right? This looks like our normal machines. The second one looks like your typical multi-needles. So if you're working off of a multi-needle, here you go. It has all of your hoop sizes right here. Pretty cool, huh? Now, since I'm going to be using my flatbed, I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to do my drop down. And I did this in a 5x7 hoop. I'm pretty sure. Did I? Yeah, I think I did. Excuse me. 5x7 hoop. So I'm going to click on that. And that way, when I go to design, and I don't make my design any bigger than this hoop. So I almost use it as a boundary. I'm going to use this hoop. I only want to use this hoop. I don't want it to be bigger than, 5x7. So that's why I select this one. The next thing that I'm going to do is, since I want it to be triangular, I'm going to get a triangular shape in there. And you can kind of see me up in your corner there. And if you can see, I have a piece of fabric that is folded in half triangular. And I'll talk about how I stitched out, how I prepared the fabric and everything. But this is pretty much what I used, just a piece of cotton fabric, but I prepared it. Hold on, I'll talk about how I prepared it here in a minute. But you can see it's triangular, right? Okay. So in palette, all I have to do is look for shapes. and it's on the home key, which is right there. And I'm going to press the little down button and I'm going to look for that triangle. And then it's going to have this little crosshatch. And if you're using a mouse, you are going to left click, hold, and just draw a triangle. Okay. Oh, I want you to ignore all that. Don't you worry about what happened there. And I'm going to fill it in. Okay. This is what it comes in looking like. Ignore what you just saw. You did not ignore the man behind the curtain, okay? But this is kind of how it's going to come in. And you're just going to draw a triangle. I wouldn't draw it really big. Actually, I would probably draw it small. And let me start over. I'm going to delete that one. And I'm going to go to shapes, triangle, and I'm just going to right click and hold and just draw a small little triangle. So the first thing that I'm going to do is actually, when you're done drawing, what's going to happen. And if you're asking any questions right now, I can't see them yet. So actually I think. I can use my phone. Let's make sure. Hold on. That's a good idea, Anne. Let me turn it down. Oh, here we go. How do you, hello. Oh, Liz, go to Sew Hoopla or Sewing Hoopla. I'll put her link in the chat here in just a few minutes. Okay, give me just maybe, yeah, give me a minute and I'll get her link in the chat, her Facebook group, and then you can talk about that. Let me plug in my phone so I can see my chat. That way I can be smart and answer your questions while we're doing this. Okay, cool. Sorry for all the throat clearing. Okay, so while we are right here, this is what we're going to do. For this quilt label, if we look in the center, that is a full-blown satin stitch. Do we want that? No, we want that completely empty. That's just how it comes in. So don't let that kind of scare you. So what happens when we draw this, it automatically takes us to this little shapes key, or thank you, Mickey, this little shapes area right here, if you can see right up here. And what you're going to look for is this sew area right here. Now, this bottom one where it says satin stitch, what we're going to do is click on the drop down area and click on not sewn. And what happens is it clears all that out. We don't want anything in there. It's ugly. We don't need it. So we're going to leave this satin stitch just as it is right now for just a moment, because what we're going to do is we're going to get the size of our triangle. So we're going to come over to home. So you're going to click on home. The next thing we're going to do is rotate it. And it just depends on which way you want to rotate it. But I'm going to tell you why I'm going to rotate it the way I'm going to rotate it. So I'm going to click the little down button. Now, could you grab this little red dot and turn it this way? Yep. I don't like doing that because I always end up like this. I'm not good at that. So, and if you need to go back on something, you have your little back buttons right here, okay? So I am going to click the down button and go click right. And I want it to be this way. And why do I want it to be this way? I'm looking at this like my hoops. So if you can kind of see up in the top hand corner, again, I'll show you this when we get onto the machine. But when this goes onto the machine, I want the edge, not the pointy part. I want the edge of my triangle to be over here near the thing that goes onto the machine. I know there's a technical term, I just can't think of it. So that's why if I'm holding this to my screen, that's going to be right. So right. Well, actually the raw edge, sorry, that straight edge is going to be to the left. Excuse me, I said to the right, but I turned it to the right. Okay, so I want that straight edge to the left. Okay. All right. So the next thing is getting it the size I want. Now I could do two different things. I could come up here and click on size, and I can sit here and manipulate the size using the width and the height. I personally don't want to do that. What I can do is use my nodules. So I'm not going to hold down the shift key or control or anything like that. And why would I hold those down? Those keep it like, what's the right word? Like a maintain aspect ratio. So basically what that means is everything's going to be like even, I guess you can say. What I'm going to do is leave my hands off of everything and just grab this little guy right here. I'm going to left click, grab that nodule and pull down. Now I'm not going to pull it outside. Colleen, absolutely. What happens is when I'm done, this saves to the group and you'll be able to rewatch it at any time. Okay, so you saw me pull that down. Now what I'm going to do is hover over this nodule and pull it up. And then take this nodule and pull it down here. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to start thinking about something. I'm going to think if I'm going to use a decorative stitch. Decorative stitch have a lot more volume than these satin stitches. So if I'm going to use a decorative stitch on the outside here, then what I want to do is maybe bring this in a little bit more. And it's just kind of visualization. Now you can change this later. Don't worry about it. Okay. So I'm going to say this is probably right. Okay. This is where my lettering's going to fit in. Okay. This is going to be my outside where that pretty decorative stitching was. And let me go back and show you that again. Now I have to find it again. I have to find you guys again. There we go. So if you can look, I think I can zoom in. Oh, I can. So this is what I'm talking about, this pretty decorative stitching, and you'll never guess what it is. It's so tiny, but you'll never guess what that little, it looks like little flowers, right? Guess what it is? It's from the Zandra Shaw Design Suites. It's actually little bees. Of course I had to have little bees, right? Okay. You know, I mean, that's kind of our thing here in the group, right? Bees. So, so that's actually little tiny bees and little flowers going all the way around it. You know, Thea is our new queen bee, you know, she's part of our group. And so I had to make sure that she had her own little bees on there. Okay, so let's stop that and let's go back. You're gonna see me popping in and out here. All right, there we go. Okay. Let me get this one little thing out of my way. Okay. So now what I did, before I went and put my decorative stitches down, what I went ahead and did was go ahead and put the fills in. Excuse me, not the fills, the fonts. And if you're just joining on, let me tell you what we're doing today, because I see people joining on right now. What we're doing is I'm showing how to make quilt labels in Palette 11 and your embroidery machine. So there's going to be two parts to this today. Okay, so where was it? Okay, so now let's do the font. And what did I put on there? Now, this was not, I have to be honest. I didn't come up with this saying, but I thought it was super darling. And so when I put it in there and I put stay cozy and warm. I mean, so cute, concise, and it wasn't a lot of wording. And I thought that was so cute. So I put for our sweet Thea, stay cozy and warm with all our love, Auntie Anna and Uncle Jason 2024. I'm not gonna, you know, I'll put that all in. It's gonna take a second, but you know, this shows you how to do all these steps. So here we go. So, but we're gonna do, yeah. Okay. on the machine, we'll do one for MJ, my little nephew. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to click on this text key here. Now, here you have your texting options. So this first one is your regular fonts. This one is micro fonts. So for handkerchiefs or collars or cuffs or anything you need to be micro. These are some of your monogram options. And this is your big, let me click on it here. These are your mapped fonts. So they're kind of big fonts or anything you design. So let me go back home. So we're going to go to regular fonts. And what's going to happen is you're going to get your little cursor and you're just going to click and you're going to start with your first sentence. And it's going to start over here. Okay. So I'm going to go for Thea. I'm not going to type everything out. And then you could hit enter or you can just hit click off. Now, when you hit enter over here, it doesn't go down to the next line. I think what has, I can't remember what has to happen for it to get to the next line. So just bear with me. All right. So there it is right there, hanging out right there. And here it is right here. Now, what if I wasn't happy with that font? What am I going to do? Well, you'll already have it highlighted, but if you don't, you can draw a box around it. Oh, no, that's wrong. Let me just go back. I can use my go back button. Oh, no, I can't. There it is. I push my forward button and it's selected. So let's look at different fonts that we can use. So let's go to text and right up here, wait, your questions went off. So I want to make sure that I'm seeing your questions. There we go. I want to make sure I can see all of your questions. Okay. Okay, so right here in text, now this was a true type font. Do you see the little TT? That's the one I selected. All right, I did push the return key and what it does is it still does this. Now, I might have to get with Jory to see if there's a way to get around that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is push the little arrow and good gracious, guys, there are so many fonts in here. Look at this. I'm scrolling all the way down. So there's 120 regular fonts in there and then true type fonts. And if you're not sure what true type fonts are, those are the fonts that are in your computer. So anything you can use in Word or anything like that or that are in your computer, you can use in here. Now, can you download more fonts? Yeah, you can. And what I would do is go to Google and type in how to download fonts to my computer. Once you download them to your computer, guess what? They jump right in here. It's so cool. So there are ones that I've added to my computer, and let me see if I have watermelon or something like that. It's I don't remember. There was one that was called watermelon that I used to love for something else, and I don't think I've added it to here. But yeah, you can add as many fonts as you want. Free. There is a site called Dafont, DAFONT, but just do some Google. Okay. Now, if I wanted to change it, all I have to do is select one. I'm going to do one of the built-in fonts. Let's see. Let's say I wanted it to look Gothic. There we go. There it is right there. Or the true types. I can just scroll down and do a basic one, or I can go find a pretty one. I can do whatever I want. So, or I could do a cute little kid one. Let's click off. How cute is that? I'm just gonna grab it. Let's see if I can let me go find one that I'll use for the whole time. I can't remember what the one I used was called. Is it up? It may be saved up here. Sometimes they'll save it up at the top, like your most recently used. So let's see. Angelina, that's it. That's one of them. I think that may have been one I saved in here. Okay, so there it is. So for Thea. Now, what I'm going to do with this is I am going to, I'm going to give myself some guidelines, and this is how you do it. So you can come over here to your rulers, right? And I'm going to click on the 0 line. And do you see what happened? There went a line straight through my my hoop there. And I'm going to click on the 0 line here, and it's going to do that too. And this is just going to help me keep straight. Now, what's really cool about these lines, if you're designing, you can move them up and down. It's really cool. So, okay. So, but I'm going to click on, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to click on my triangle and go to home. Let me, yeah. And I'm going to go to arrange, and I'm going to go move to center. So it's more into center. Okay. So let's go to Thea. Yeah. There we go. All right. So I'm just going to start putting these where I think they look good. You can zoom in at this process. Now, we can turn them if we want, or we can use our rotate. So I'm just going to rotate. Oh, that didn't rotate the right way. Let me get it rotated the right way. There we go. And I'm going to just move her by picking her up. You'll see the 4 crosshairs. And I can adjust this wherever I want. Then I'm going to select text again, and I'm going to drop, and I'm going to say, I'm just going to put stay cozy and warm. Okay. And when I hit enter, what happens is it does go ahead and put it on there. So it won't let me go down to the next line. There's something that I don't know how to do there. So if I figure it out, I'll let you know. So we're going to flip. I'm going to flip left. And now I'm going to move this up here. Oh, it fits. Perfect. See, I'm not having to do any sizing. And then I'm just going to do it really quickly here and put love Anna and Jason. I don't have to go throughout the whole thing. Now, the one thing I will tell you, coming from a quilt history background, go ahead and put the date on this. So just the year is fine, 2024. Or if you made it, in 2022, put 2022. That's just something we like to see as quilt historians. Okay. So I'm going to go back to text. Oh, it was right there. And then try the controller shift button. I can't remember. Okay, let's do that. Okay, cool. Let me try that. Okay, so I'm just going to put love, comma, shift. Nope, that didn't do it. That's okay. That's okay. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Or Mike Johns is another great one who he has a lot of videos too where he's done it. Oh, he's amazing. Love, and then enter. I mean, not enter. So we'll put Anna and Jason. Okay, and then we're going to go back to home and we're going to rotate left. And if it was too big like that, like that's going to be too much, what I would do, oops, is I'm going to hold my control key down to keep the integrity of it and just shrink it in a little bit. Now that just holds the integrity. It doesn't change anything. What happened? Come here. Come here, you. It's so hard with these little tiny things to get that little, see, that's better. All right. And you can use your cursor keys to move things over and down if you want to. All right. So let's say I was happy with that. Okay. So we're good right there. Now what we want to do is work on putting a pretty border around that. Okay. This may not be centered and all that. You would take your time to center it, play with it, all that. So what I'm going to do is just double click on this. This is your first guy right here. That is your triangle. And I'm going to get these guys out of the way. And all you have to do with those is just pull them up, pull them out of the way. You don't need them anymore. Okay. So now after double clicking that, what it does is it brings you back to this shapes key. And right up here on this top one, what we're going to do is select the down button and we're going to go to motif stitch. So you have all these choices. You have zigzag, you have running stitch, just a regular running stitch. You have a triple stitch. You may like these. I love a good triple stitch. You may have a stem stitch. You may want a candle wicking, which is beautiful. We love, who does not love a good candle wicking? I mean, you can go in there and change things. If you did do a candle wicking, we can go to these sewing attributes over here and we can change the size and spacing of the candle wicking. And look down here at the bottom, I can see them. So let's say if I want them to be a little bit tinier, and then I wanted them to be a little bit further apart. Cute, right? We could do that. How cute. All right. So, or I don't know, we could use this, kind of like if you wanted to do a now this would take this would be a little bit long, more of a process. We could turn it into an applique. Or a chain stitch. Actually, I love chain stitches just because you can really make them look decorative. So they're kind of cool. But what we want to do is go to motif stitch. In the baby lock world, that means decorative stitches. So what we're going to do is click on that. Okay, now look at this. This is what I used last time, so it's going to pull it up. But look how big and chunky and gross it is, right? So, but you can see the bees and the little flowers, right? Well, when yours first comes in, you may not see a stitch. You may see just like a straight line. So what I want you to do, don't get nervous. What you're going to do is you're going to come right over here. If you do not see this, if you see something like this or this, click on sewing attributes. And then what you want to look for is this little folder right here. So you're going to click on that. And these are all the, well, okay, let me start over. Let me go down a little bit. I think starting somewhere around here, if I'm right, where it says motif. Yeah, so motif 0101 or 001 and down, these are your built-ins, okay? Now you saw a lot more on mine, and I'll talk about those here in a minute. So you may want that one. So you're going to select it and say, okay. How pretty, huh? Now we would adjust it. We're going to adjust it here in a minute, but you're just looking at it right now. And remember, down at the bottom here, you can see what it looks like. Or you may, decide, oh, it's fall, or maybe she was born in the fall and you want little fall leaves, or, something like that. But if you have palette 11 and you purchase design suites, and what are design suites? I'll go over those if you're new to this. Design suites are they're additional fills and motif stitches or decorative stitches that you can add to palette 11 and the Solaris Vision. We have, golly, they keep coming out. How many collections do we have? Ooh, I'm going to count maybe 6 now. We have a lot. Hey, Gary. We have quite a bit. And so they are easy to upload to Palette. I've done videos on that. So they have so many options. We have some celebrities who have added to them, like Vanessa Fromm from Fabric Confetti. Everybody's favorite, Zandra Shaw, who we all love and adore. So, we have all kind of collections. We have holiday collections, we have kids collections, we have so many fun. Um, yes, they just released 5 new ones and she bought 4, yes. And I do have them all. I mean, that's the perks of being, an educator. But they're so fun to play with because there are new background fills too, right? Who doesn't love a good fill? Okay. So these are some of the ones that I've already downloaded into Palette 11. So they're beautiful. They're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hey, Gary. I miss you too. And tell Karen I hope she's feeling better and I love her. Um, so here's some of them that are beautiful. Now, these are Vanessa Froms. Look how cute they are. They're like little maybe, oh, let me see. Like the stars and moons. Let's do that today. Stop. Oh my God, be still my heart. Okay. Yes. So we're gonna use the stars and moons today, okay? Um, so when we use that, when we bring them in, you're gonna see it looks a little wonky, but we can fix that. So what we're going to do is we're gonna come over here and we're going to start playing with the size. We're going to start playing with spacing. So it's just a playing game. Now also, we can, again, oh, well, yeah. Let me click off for a second and then click back on. We can also play with the size again. Now, you saw what happened, right? The point went away. So you're going to have to just kind of give it some, a little bit of love until you get it where you want it. But let me see here. Maybe smaller. There we go. And then if I pull it down some, okay. So you see that went outside of our box. So now we're gonna have to pull it back in. Okay, that's getting close. We still have some, some stuff happening here. Maybe spacing, offset. See what happens there. Nope, that wasn't good. Maybe spacing this way. Ooh, that looks better. That actually looks pretty darn good. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm almost happy with that, right? It's not too bad. So I'm actually going to take my finger, not going to touch anything. I'm going to take my finger and go to my cursor buttons and use my up button. It's selected, right? It is selected. Sometimes mine takes a minute to move. Oh, okay, well, fine. Well, I'm going to grab my little cursor key here and I'm going to nudge it up to the top a little bit. Just nudge a little bit. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is visually center by just moving it up a little bit. Okay. Not too bad. Now, what you want to watch for, what I'm looking at is right here, and right here. Now, this is a little convoluted right here, but what can I do? What can I do? I need to get this. Let me move something here. Let's come over here. I don't need you there. I'm going to, oh, that's a little bit too much. I wonder if I can pull this just a hair this way. And let me zoom back in. If that's going to help. Nope, that didn't help. Okay. So you would just have to take your time. Um, for me, to be quite honest with you, I would probably stitch that out, even though the stitches or the 2 stars are sitting on top of each other. Because quite honestly, the only people who are going to notice that are you. The baby will never notice. The parents are like, they're too tired to even notice. Maybe 30 down the years, someone will notice, and who really cares at that point, to be quite honest with you. But that's it. It was really that simple. and that's done. So at that point, what you can do is I always say save it. So you're going to go and you're going to go to your flower and you're going to do save as. I always tell you to do save as. Don't just hit save. Please don't just hit save. Hit save as, and you're going to save it wherever you save it. Don't worry about this. This is like a lot of work I've been doing. So save it to a special folder. And if you do save as, it's only going to save it as a baby lock file, okay? If you're making these for a friend who has a different type of machine, then you are going to export. Is that correct? Yes, you're going to export and then you have the other files here. Okay, so if you want to, if you have a machine that is wireless enabled, you can come here and send it to the machine. So there's a way to do that. Super duper cool, right? Okay, so that's how easy it is to make this little label. Now, can we do it in different shapes? Heck yeah, you can. You could do this in a heart shape. You could do this in, it's just going to take a little bit more manipulating. You're just going to use your size, your spacing, and then play with other things. You know, play with the offset. Play, the run pitch is just your stitch length. You can do these flip ins and flip outs if you want. That didn't help mine any. Let me see. Did it? Oh yeah, it turned them inside out a little bit. Let me see what happens there. Oh, that's kind of cute. Where that some of them go in and some of them go out. I really like this. So yeah, you're just going to just play and play and play to get it to wherever you like. Okay. So I don't need to save this, so I am just going to stop here. All right, let me check. And where are you guys? Where are you? All right. Any questions so far? Don't see any. Okay. What I need to do really quick is get my camera plugged in, so only take me a split second. Let's get this safely out. Now, when you remove your palette 11 key, make sure down at the, usually it's at the right-hand bottom of your computer, there is a little down arrow, and you click on that and you want to select, what does it look like? It looks like a little USB, I think, and it's going to ask you if you want to safely eject this. Yes. Do not leave your this guy in overnight. Always take it out when you're done. The reason being is a lot of times our computers like to update when we're asleep, and that can corrupt to this, and it's not good for that. Of course, you can always call Baby Lock and they'll help you with that, but you don't want to go do that. That's a lot easier just not to. Okay, so let me get this little guy plugged in real quick. I lost my connector. I have a connector where like I can plug multiple things in, but who knows? If y'all knew my life, y'all knew how I do things around here, y'all be like, how is she alive? Okay, 1 second. What did I do? Oh, I wrapped it around so I wouldn't lose it, and I lost it. Okay. So now we're going to jump over to the machine. And I'm going to show you two different ways to make a label. It's going to look a little funny at first. Oh, that's the wrong one. It's going to look a little funny at first until I get us situated here. And if you get dizzy right now, hold up. There we go. There she is. Hello. And I'll fix the lighting and all that. Okay, let's bring this over so I can watch for your questions. Okay, So first, let's just talk about if you have a regular baby lock embroidery machine, because you can make a quilt label with some little fancy decorative frame if you want to. That's just going to be in or you can do it this way if you just don't want to do it and make a frame in IQ Designer, no worries. So what you're going to do is just go to embroidery. Yes, yes, yeah, that's a great idea. A USB extender. And what you're going to look for is a tab that has these two items in it, and all the machines have the same tab. So you'll see this guy right here. We'll click on that. And what you'll notice is you have a ton of shapes, right? And let's say I wanted to make a little fun one for my nephew. And maybe I wanted it to be like a cute stop sign shape. Now, what happens is, let's see, let's get that looking better. Get that looking nicer. And maybe a little brighter. Okay, there we go. What's happening is you're going to get 14 different choices of styles. So I could have like a cute little double frame. I could have a little lacy frame. You'll be able to change the sizes. You can actually create your own in the hoop projects and have an applique frame. I teach that. It's really cool. You have some satin frames. It's hard to see on here, but oh wait, we can see. I forget about that. So you have some cool choices to play with here. For his, I think I would do like this rope is really cool. Let me zoom in so we can see it real good. So it doesn't look like a rope, does it? What about this one? That's better. I like that one. So let's say I wanted to use that. The first thing I would want to do is decide on how big I want it. And again, I'm going to tell it what hoop I want to use so I make sure I design within my hoop. And how can we do that? Well, we're going to go to our settings key, and your settings keys will look like this. It's a little piece of paper with a dog ear. And somewhere on your screen, they're all a little bit different. You will see where it says frame size. You're going to tap on that. And let's say I want to make this in a 4x4. So I'll select 4x4 and OK. I'm going to zoom in for this so I can see everything really, really good. Now at this point on your screen, you're going to look for the word add. And then you are going to look for the fonts right here. And yes, you can use on this machine, you can use a wired mouse. If you have a double USB, which there's two USB plugins, you can use a wired mouse. Here we go. Right here, we're going to select our font. And depending on what machine you have, it depends on how many fonts you have. Mine has these fonts. And let's see. I think I want to use this font right here. It's really cute. Like I'm making him a little quilt right now. I don't want to give away too much about it, but this font would look perfect for the way that the fabric is. So what I'm going to do is click on that. And I'm going to put, I'm going to type, let me see. I know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say stay, or I'm going to start with, I'm going to say stay amazing MJ. But look at that. Look how big that S is for that little, actually, you know what? Let's return. Before I told you to go to add, right? But look, I didn't size my, my shape to what I want. I just left it the regular size. I can make this bigger. So what I should have done when we came over here is change the size of the frame. So I'm going to come here and go to edit. I'm going to go to size, and I'm going to use my proportionally larger key. I'm just going to hold it down till I get it to where I want it. And I'm in a 4x4 hoop. So, you know, if I look up here, if I go outside of that hoop, my 4x4 hoop will drop off. That means I'm too big. So I can shrink it down and it'll tell me that I can go this big and it'll still stay within that hoop. So I'm going to say, okay, that's perfect. Now I can add my letter. Now I can go to my font. So I'm going to say, stay amazing, MJ. All right, so I'm going to say S, but that S is way too large. So when you kind of at this point, your first letter, you have to decide how large you want your letters to be. And you're going to do that by going right here. You're going to see, or wherever it is on your screen, you're going to see LMS. So L is large, M is medium, and S is small. It's super tiny. So for this, we're going to use medium. So there's S. I'm going to go to my lowercase and do stay. Where's the Y? Oh, here. And here I actually can hit the enter key and go right down below. And I'll go amazing. I'm slow with this. We're used to our regular keyboards, right? Enter, and then I'll go to my upper keys and I'll go M, J. And what I'm going to do is hit set. Okay. And I'll go edit. Okay, it's not going to let me. Now, if you go to edit, what it'll do is let you know if you can change the size anymore. And I cannot. So if I just wanted to leave it like that, I can. Let me see if I can move it up just a little bit because I want to add Love, Anna, and Jason. Now, in our family, my nieces are really used to just calling me Anna, so I'm okay with them calling me Anna. They don't have to call me auntie, or every now and then they call me auntie or uncle, but usually they just call us Anna and Jason. It's just been a thing. All right, so what I'm going to do right down here is I'm going to put Love, Anna, and Jason, but I'm going to put it small, tiny. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is select Add, come to my font. I'm going to use that same font, and then I'm going to say L, and I'm going to go to tiny, tiny, tiny. That's the small. And I'm going to go O, B, E, and I'll go to my little, these guys, comma, enter, and I'll put A. I want to photo fit if I go like this. Let's see if I can get it to fit if we do this. And I need my ampersand. Oh, there she is. Enter. This may fit, it may not. If it doesn't, I'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm going to hit set. And I don't know if it's going to fit. It is not going to fit. So what I want to do is I'm probably going to delete that and fix it. Okay. So maybe this should be bigger and go in a 5x7 hoop, right? So I'm going to click on that, go to size, and make it. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't have deleted that. Why did I delete? So now I know I'm going to have to go to a 5x7. Let's see. Let's do this by fingers. Okay, let's do maybe faster. Or maybe it's not. Where's my O? Ampersand. I just like saying ampersand. Okay, Jeez, where are you? Oh, my cursor's covering it up. There we go. Okay, good. So now I can move that down. There we go. Perfect. Oh, well, yeah, that doesn't look great, does it? So if I didn't put a space there, what can I do? What can I do? Well, with that selected, I can go to edit. Oh, this one isn't going to let me. Oh, some fonts will allow you to go back and fix things. So I'm wondering why it won't let me. Okay, well, we're going to pretend I did that right. Okay, there is supposed to be a space there. Let's just pretend. Now, what if we wanted to add something cutesy else in there? Well, we can. We can go to add. We can go and look in our built-in fonts, or if you have any like mini fonts, any type, or not fonts, excuse me, mini designs, anything like that. I'm trying to remember if there's anything tiny in here. I mean, I know there is, but I'm trying to remember what they are. There were some cute, or bugs or something. Where were they? Because bugs are always fun. Bugs are amazing. Yes, I said that out loud. All right, let's go here. Maybe the bugs are on my meridian. Let's see. This corner. These are probably going to be too big. Let's see how big that is. Yeah, he's too big. Okay. Or let's see. All right, well, these are too big. But if you wanted to add some cute little designs to it, you could. And now all I would have to do is take that over to embroidery and we'd be done. It's really easy. Now, what if I wanted to make these different colors? I can do that. All I have to do is, because right now, I mean, of course, if we go to embroidery, let's look at our color steps. This is all pretty much going to stitch out in black, right? Let's return. So what you can do is go to your color chip right here, and you see my little red box. If I click on different areas, wherever your red box is, click off, or we can hit select. Wherever your red box is the area that you can change. So let's see, let's use our, oops, that's not what I want. See, we're gonna go down here. All right here. So if I wanted my frame to be red and the stay, or stay, this one doesn't group it together. Can I group? I can group. So what I'm going to do is group these together. And so the red box is around Stay Amazing MJ. So to group that, it's going to look like this, but to group that, what I can do is come to edit and see this key right here with the red box. I'm going to tap that, tap this guy right here, and then select the pink, say okay, and then hopefully I did do that wrong, so don't worry about it. We're going to ungroup. I was trying to make it easier, but it's not working. Where did everything else go? I've lost myself here. All right, we're just going to say we're happy with that. Okay, so we're going to go to embroidery, and now we would stitch it out. We'll talk about changing the font color here in a minute when we get to the next one, because I totally run that. Okay. Anywho, so that's how to do it with the built-in frame. Lastly, let's talk about how we can build a frame in IQ Designer using those decorative stitches. All right, so let me go home. Okay, so IQ Designer, if you're new to your machine and you have IQ Designer, or if you have a brother's machine with My Design Center, what in the world is it? Well, we kind of look at it as a digitizer, but you can have a lot more fun with that. You can build your own in the hoop designs. You can build all kinds of stuff. I have tons of videos that we play with IQ Designer. We build all kind of stuff. So just make sure to go look at those. I'll show you how to find those here in just a moment. Oh, I went crooked again. Y'all yell at me. Control Enter for multi-line text in palette 11. Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you, Jackie. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, cool. Now we know. I'm so excited. I love learning new things. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is just click on IQ Designer, and we're just building a frame. I'm going to get this off. Let's go to my largest one. There we go. Okay. So let's say we want to build a frame for a quilt label. And the first thing we need to do is get our shape, right? So what we want to do is we want to go to our shapes key. They also call it the stamp key, but it fits my brain better as a shapes key. And I have multiple shapes to choose from. I could even scan in a shape, right? We could totally do that. If we found a really cool bunny shape or I don't know, a rainbow shape, whatever, you can scan those in. It's so cool. But these are our basic shapes. Under this little flag here, we have some more fun shapes to play with. I'm just looking for one that would be good for decorative stitches. The flowers, not so much. Let's just go back here. I'm just going to do a traditional rectangle here. These rectangles I like because they have rounded edges. We call those swivel. Okay, so first thing I would want to do is decide my size, depending on what hoop I'm using. This is definitely going to fit into a 5x7. So let's just say I'm fine with that, and I'm going to say okay. Now we can't put any fonts in here at this point. But what we're going to do now is just change the outside. Okay, we're just going to change the outside line to be a decorative stitch. So we're going to use our line property. So as a reminder, this top grouping of 4 are your line properties. This bottom grouping of 4 is your fill property. So what we want to do is click on, and if you have a meridian, you're not going to see this part. Don't worry about it. Okay, ignore that. Ignore that. So what you want to do is select the piece of paper, and you'll know you're in the right thing if you see some things like this. Okay, so you'll have lines. This is your running stitch, your triple. You have your candle wicking, your chain. I don't know if all machines have, I cannot remember if the Meridian 1 had that had the blanket stitch. You got this little stitch, but you should have this right here, okay? And this is some decorative stitch. Now there are some built in. You've got some of these guys. So if I wanted it to have some little hearts around the outside, now once I select that, I have to select a color and then okay, and I have to turn on my bucket up here and then take my finger and tap that line. That's all you're going to see at this point. Then we can go take a look. So let's go to next. If you're on a Solaris, you're going to see this in real time. You're going to see what your hearts look like. If you're on a Meridian or an Altair, it's still going to look like a pink line. How do you see it? You're going to see the word preview, okay? And this may be on the Destiny as well. You select preview, okay, and stop. Look at it. You will see your hearts, and you'll go, I think they need to be bigger. So you're going to hit return. This is important. You're going to hit return. Now, since we're on the Solaris, you see it in this screen already. It's real time. So if I am happy with the hearts, but I want to make them bigger, I don't know, I'm just going to pick a number. Cute. And maybe I want them to be a little closer together. That's pretty cute. Maybe I want them going on in the inside. No, I want them going on in the outside. So there we go. I wish it did do like in palette where you could go beep, 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 beep. Yes, Melanie. Oh, so cute, so cute, so cute. The Lego motif. Yeah, and I don't have that. That's on my computer. Man, you are so right. That would be darling. I agree. Um, shoot, I don't even know where it is in my computer, or else I could totally. Yeah, that's a great idea, and I might use that one for MJ's quilt. So that's a yeah. Thank you for putting that idea in my head. I appreciate you. Okay, so what if we didn't like this one? Well, there's a couple ways to change that. You can click up here and it'll take you back to your line properties, or you can go back by hitting return. But I'm going to click up here and I'm going to go to select, and let's say I wanted the feather look and just say okay. There's my feathers, which is actually a very traditional and very pretty feather. Make it a little bigger. Beautiful, very sweet, very pretty. What's going around? Very demure, very whatever. I don't know. It's so funny. Whoever's saying this stuff. Okay. All right. Now, if you have the Solaris Vision, and this may be on the Radiance too, I'm not quite sure, guys. I didn't get to go to Baby Lock Tech this year, so I haven't got to really check out the Radiance, especially because of this weekend. So, but I'm going to spend time tomorrow because we're off from school studying the Radiance. Okay. So if you have a baby, oh, and the applaud, did y'all see the applaud? Did you see the applaud? I've never wanted a serger until I saw the applaud. I don't know how I'm going to ask Jason for one, but I've got to figure it out. He told me no more machines, but I've got to figure out how to ask him for a new machine. Y'all got to help me out. Help a sister out. Okay, so if you have the Solaris Vision and you know about the design suites and adding more motif stitches in, which I have done some videos on, of course I'll do another. Oh, Jackie, I'm so. I have done videos on, and I don't mind maybe next week going over it again. Those will be when you upload them in your custom. And this is what Melody was talking about with the Lego motif. So I would bring it into here. So let's say the beer is hysterical. Let's bring the beer logo in. This would not be for MJ, but this would be for one of your friends. But little beers, let's make them bigger. This was from, I think, our first design suites, and it's from the holidays, and this is our St. Patrick's holiday. Let's face them down a little bit more. I know. And you know what? See, the applaud, I know it's a serger, but I just want to use it for the stitches. That's all I want it for. I want to decorate. I've always wanted a sashiko, but this makes me not want a sashiko. I just want that. I want the applaud. I want it so bad. I want it in my hands. I'm so jealous for everyone who's getting one. And I'm a Solaris girl, but I want one of those. But look how cute. Let me zoom in so you can see this. Okay. Oh, wait. Look at the bears. But for a little boy, I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe I was doing I don't know. We'll just put shamrocks down. Let's just say shamrocks for good luck. We'll say good luck, MJ. I don't know. But there we go. And let's say I was happy with that. So what we're going to do is hit set OK. Now, if you're in the Altair Meridian, what you want to do is hit preview OK, make sure it's OK. Then you're going to hit set OK. This is where we're going to put our words in. So this is now we are in the embroidery side of the machine. So now you're going to go to add, and we're going to go to fonts. Select your font, and we're going to put, what did I say? I put something amazing, MJ. I don't know. We'll do good luck. Why not? Maybe we made a good luck quilt for it. Okay. I don't know if there is a thing, but Maybe we should make that. Maybe that should be a thing, a good luck quilt. Maybe like a little small one. So we're going to start with G and we're going to make it smaller. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's get back because we could actually, that's with this size, we could do good luck, second line MJ. We might be able to get everything on there. Let's try that. So good. Space. The space is right here. Luck. You. I mean, it just fits in. It just fits in. So we're going to hit enter. We're going to type in upper, we're going to do the MJ this way. We're going to hit enter. Nope. I don't think it's all going to fit in there. So I'm just going to do go look MJ and then set. And then I'm going to take and move it. Now you can pick it up and move it, or you can go to the move key, which I like these because it keeps me straight. It's really up to you how you do it. You do you, boo. You know, it's all preference. And then we're going to go back and we'll do our love. And we're going to do that in medium. Okay, so we're going to do L. So let's do this fast. We'll just do it. Oh. That annoys me when I do stuff like that. Okay. I annoy myself. Love. And space. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to change it, didn't I? I forgot to change my medium. Well, Melody, on this one, on this font, it's not allowing me. On this particular font, some fonts it doesn't. That's the weird thing. And I'm not sure. I've never really asked about it and why some can and some can't. Really odd. But let me show you guys something. Let's say I'm typing this out and I decide that, you know, I just really am not happy with the way it's looking. So maybe I mean, not love MJ, love Anna. Let's just do it real quick. And maybe I want my name. Maybe I want love Anna to be in a different font. Down here, if you see where it says A, you can click on that and change the font. So I could do it like that, or like that, or like that. So, so you can do that. You could actually come here. I wish I could bring it down a little bit. You can array your letters. So you can go, I love Anna. And go, ooh, love Anna. And go that way or straight across. So you can play with the way it is. You can play with the spacement. You can actually even, you know, move it. This one isn't doing it. But yeah, you can do that. I'm just gonna put love Anna and we're gonna just stick with that. And then we'll go to edit and we'll go to move and I'm just gonna move her down right here. Didn't do any spacing in that one, so it doesn't look great. Okay, now this one is allowing me. Oh, you know why it's not allowed? Melody, you are correct. Let me tell you why. Why I said that earlier. This is as large as it goes. That's why it won't let me change it, but it won't let me make it smaller. But this one, same font, it is allowing me to. Interesting. So what I should have said is the largest font or the largest size won't let us change it, but underneath it, it will, under the sizes underneath. Why? I don't know, but hey, we learned something, right? But even from here, like everything is blocked out. Maybe if I ungroup, nope. But everything's blocked out on this large size. But if I click on the smaller size, I can go to my text key and actually change the font. It's so odd, right? So I'm not quite sure why it's like that, but you know, things are a way just because, you know, I guess there's reasons why. Okay, so there we go. Let me see something. I'm just no. Okay. I was just trying to see if we could do something. It, oops. I'm always wondering about things. Ah, that's going to go on the outside. Okay. I would want it on the inside. Okay. So we would have to do that inside of our design. Okay. So if I was happy with that, I could just go, right. I would just go and take it to embroidery and then stitch it out. Ta-da! So not so bad, huh? I mean, there's multiple different ways of doing things, of course, right? There's always multiple ways. And it doesn't honestly really, let me do this here. Oh, let me, 1 second, get myself back on here. There are, and honestly, when it comes to making labels, does it matter what machine you have? If you have an embroidery machine, no, you're going to be able to find out what your machine does. So, if you have a different brand, a Janome or Bernina or whatever, get with your dealer, get with a friend, get with, watch their videos. You're going to be able to find out different things. Their software is probably going to have some really cool things, that you can do. But this is how what I know how to do on our machines. And it's a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Now, how I stitch that out, of course, quilts for me, I'm a quilter. That's what I do. I love quilting. I love incorporating embroidery on my quilts. That's why I'm hooked up with this big Bertha mama, right? Um, is this is cotton. If I were just to lay this down with some stabilizer and let's see, because I'm just going to go through one layer. Okay. I just did it one layer. I've just got it in half just to show you guys. And when I go like this to sew it into the quilt, the corner of the quilt, but I'm only going to stitch through one side. Okay. If I were to stitch directly on the stabilizer with just this, it would be like a puckered mess, right? Okay. So what I did is cut a piece of SF-101, basically fusible interfacing, and the same shape, this triangle shape, and fused it in here. I didn't put it on this side. I just put it on one side. So what that does is it changes the chemistry, no, not chemistry, I used to say this all the time and now I can't remember. It changes the of the fabric. So it adds body to the fabric. It adds, I hate to say stiffness, but it changes the fabric to accept embroidery stitches. So always have some fusible interfacing in your embroidery repertoire. So I just personally like the Pellon SF-101. I think that's what it is. Floriani makes a great one too. There's some brands out there make great ones. Fusible on one side only. And then use a tearaway. I used a tearaway, but what tearaway did I use? I used the Baby Lock Stitch and Wash. No, it's not Stitch and Wash. It is the soft, no, it's just called soft tearaway. And let me grab it quick. But 1 second. It's one of my favorites. Where are you? Where are you? Oh no. Oh, here it is. I'm always fighting with something, aren't I? Okay, we're almost done, I promise, and I'll let you get back to your lives. This is a soft tearaway. Excuse me, I don't know where I got stitch. Just kind of hitting my brain. For this, I just use that because I mean, I had the Pellon on the back. Now, some people will say, use a cutaway. Use a cutaway. See what works for you. Do a practice piece. Just, if you want to float another piece of tearaway underneath because of the density of the lettering, do that. It's fine. If you're unsure, get some fabric. You want it to be kind of the same quality. You want it to be the same quality and test it out. But yeah. Okay. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Those of you who are new, actually, if you give me a second, I will quickly show you how to find the videos here. Okay, and what I need to do, let me make sure that you can see it big and see. I don't think you're able to see big. Can you see full screen? I want you to see full screen. There we go. Okay, yeah. All right. So if you scroll down and go to media, and you're just gonna start scrolling down. Wait. I'm wrong. Wait, you'll see pictures first, but if you go to videos, you'll start seeing my cheerful little face and bad hair days. When you see those, then you'll know that's a video. Some of them are just like these right here are just me just popping on to show different things. That's my messy sewing room. These are some jokes that me and my bestie do. So like this one here was what this was. Which one was this? This was the week before last. Is this when we made the flowers? No, that was edge to edge. Hold on. When did we make the flowers? Because those were so stinking cute. No, that's edge to edge. Oh, we did like, let me show you all the flowers. This one you should totally do. I don't remember. One of these recent ones, we made the little flowers that are on my wall behind me. And honestly, I am so proud of those. So if you can kind of see right there, they're 3D flowers we made in IQ Designer. Make them. They're so darling. Okay. So, hey, Teresa. Hey, Ronnie. Okay, cool. All right, everybody's leaving. So I hope you all have a great week. I'll see you next week on right here, same time, same place. And if you make anything, make sure to post it. And remember to shop local, shop small, and have a great week, guys. Wish me luck. Bye.